Hello, my name is Chad. Friends call me Metalhead Maker. That is not true. That would be weird. Today we're going to be looking at 3D printed guitars, more specifically the one that I've been working on for about 10 months now, and hopefully it's a little more stable than this. Now, this is actually just a test model to make sure that the scale was right and that I could fit this whole thing on my printer. In fact, I've actually shown that in a previous video, so if you haven't seen those, it might be a good idea to take a look at those so far just to catch up on where I'm at right now. What comes to mind when you hear the term 3D printed guitar? I'm guessing that if you're a musician, you're probably thinking maybe a wooden neck on a plastic body, maybe some low-end hardware, kind of a novelty. First off, the aforementioned wooden neck kind of negates the concept of a 3D printed guitar, in my opinion. Obviously, wooden necks are being used because you need to be able to handle all of that tension from the strings, and you can't really do that with a 3D printed neck. Or can you? Now, there are two things I want to point out before I show this. One, this is far from finished. In fact, this is probably just what I would consider like a beta test. And two, there is a whole nother level to this project that I haven't really even talked about much on these videos yet that I will get to, or at least touch on later on in this video. Yes, that is a stringed guitar. That is a fully 3D printed stringed guitar. The neck is not bowing. As a matter of fact, it's very stable and it's in tune. Now, to be fair, it's in D standard right now. I want to make sure that it is stable before I tune it all the way up to E. I'll get to all this weird wiring and the weird design here in a minute, but I did put a pickup in it to make sure that I could at least get a tone out of it. So you want me to plug it in and take a listen? Now, keep in mind, the fretboard is not glued down at all. So it's got just a couple screws in it to hold it on, and it's super wavy. I just want to make sure that this thing functions like a guitar. Now, I'm not getting much gain out of it. Yeah, there's a lot of dead frets. There's so much left to be done on it, but just to have a proof of concept in my hands. I've spent 10 months on this guitar, more than that. To get it to the point where I can string it up, yeah, I don't even know really how else to explain it. It's surreal to be holding it right now. It's just the coolest thing ever. Now, I wanted to build this guitar to satisfy the geek side of my personality. I'm in this technology field, and I also play with electronics at home more than I'd like to admit. So what are we looking at? This is a control board that I am in the process of building that will control all sorts of fun little things on this guitar. So this will go right here. Come on, you can do it. There it goes. Now this is ambitious, I will admit. It's gonna have controls, it's gonna have a screen. There's all sorts of doodads that are going to do some fun things that I will get into on the next video. The one feature that I can confidently say is going to work really well is the lighting. There will be lighting all the way up the fretboard into the headstock and all on the body as well. This is not just like single color stuff. This is full RGB LED programmable lighting. It's a tall order, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that I could actually use something like MIDI sequencing to control this guitar, the lighting, any other aspect of the electronics. Really, I just kind of want to get it working right now, but the idea that I could add that much functionality to this just adds so much to the longevity of a project like this, and it makes it a lot more like a useful tool and not so much just a novelty. So it's very quickly becoming clear to me that this is a marathon and not a sprint. I do want to work to have a functional guitar that is aesthetically pretty much complete, and then the electronic side of things is just going to be something that I work on over time. I'll totally be doing videos of every step of that process, but I also have a lot of other projects that I'm working on that I'd love to share with you guys on this channel. It's not always music related, but it is usually ridiculous and over the top. If you dig this project so far, the best thing you can do to help out to keep it moving is to like the video. You have no idea how much that actually helps out the algorithm. If you're interested in keeping up to date on future videos, you can subscribe. If you've got questions about this project, or if you've got any suggestions on things that I could add or whatever, just leave a comment and I'd love to chat with you down there below. Lastly, thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me for a bit. My name is Chad. I will be back soon with more updates to this project and others.